Okay, for all you Honda people out there with the J Series engine, this is in a Honda Pilot 2010. I had to change the alternator. I haven't changed it yet. This is just a mock-up of my old one. I've already taken it out and put it back in. And the issue that people have, as you would know, is that oil leaks down from the oil spooler for the VCM. And it doesn't matter if you have a VCM muzzler in your vehicle. I believe this will still leak. I do have a VCM muzzler in my vehicle, and that could still leak. So we had it resealed. Also had the head gasket done. I'm not sure if there's any oil still coming through there and getting on my alternator, but anyway, I've ordered a new alternator, and in the meantime, I come up with a little project right there. As you can see, we have a little splash guard over top of the alternator, and what it's doing is blocking any oil drips from that component. And I'll show you in a minute how it actually looks on the alternator, but the only way for you to get it in there is to put it in after you get the alternator in. So you put in the bottom bolt, set the alternator in there, and then make sure the bracket is off. Make sure this top bracket is off. That's the best and easiest way to do it. Then you have the guard mounted to the bracket. I'll show you that in a sec. Okay, so I unbolted that bracket, and now I can just take the guard and slide it out. There. So this is heat treated steel. These are those splash guards that you can get for your air intake. There's the other half of it right there. I actually just cut it in half. I marked it out with my tin snips, and then yeah, I was able to make this bracket. So as you can see, I drilled through, put a bolt through, cut the bolt short so it doesn't get in the way. Same with this bolt here, cut that one down so it doesn't get in the way. And I have a bolt that naturally threads into the spot where that other bracket used to thread in for the wiring harness. So I actually noticed that my wiring harness wasn't bolted to this already from maybe a previous job. Somebody working on the vehicle didn't bolt it back to there. I don't really mind that it's not bolted to it. It doesn't have a lot of weight or whatever. So anyway, yeah, cut it around here to fit over top of the alternator. Okay, alternator is out. Splash guard sits on there, just like that. And then your bolt will go through on the bottom. It can still fit under that little arm piece I've got. Thread it in there and bolts right through, holds on with the bracket. The angle that it's on, I can still manipulate this a little bit, push it down to make this bolt line up in the engine. So that's what I came up with. I know that you can fix these leaks with Honda Bond and things like that. That is awesome. It's good to not have a leak in vehicle. You should do that, make sure it's not leaking. But I wanted to have something extra that made sure that my alternator was not going to be getting any oil on it. If ever that thing starts to leak, I do not have to change my alternator again. So now I've got a guard that I can sit on it, and it's just going to splash down, run right off. Because if you look at these things, man, they get oily. Like, they're oily on the back. This one isn't as oily as it used to be because I sprayed it with a whole bunch of cleaner just to clean it off when I was trying to get it to work intermittently. But that's the trick. That's the trick. Make yourself a splash guard just like this. Fit it on. You can buy these covers from like Amazon in the kit for an air intake. It's like air intake heat shield. I would get one of these because it's just that steel, that treated steel. Plus you got something shiny down in the engine, which is kind of cool. But anyway, that's not really the idea. The idea is to make sure that oil does not splash down on that alternator and give you a whole hoop of troubles. Anyway, take care, you guys.